Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. And what not telling y'all boxing's about to get weird. The Terrence Crawford, the Tszyu Fundora stuff, and the Errol Spence stuff. It's about to get weird. Told you. What's going to happen is going to be a lot of fights coming up and a lot of stuff going down that we ain't going to watch. But let me explain. Fundora comes through the Tszyu fight. I'm pretty sure you guys know that. Real bloody fight. You know, it was an elbow to Tszyu's head, top of his head, so he was bleeding the whole fight. I think that had a lot to do with Tszyu losing on a split decision. You know, it's just a whole lot of blood coming out of there the whole time. It's hard for him to concentrate. But Fundora handled his business, right? He handled his business and kept that jab out there, which I was really, I do know that Tszyu should have moved that head a little bit more, but that's easier to say it than done when somebody's 6'6", then it's a jab coming at you, right, and you're trying to get on the inside. But, that head movement is something he's going to have to work on because that would have been a problem with Terrence Crawford, too. But Tszyu could keep his head up on this. He didn't get the hell beat out of him or anything like that. I think if they rematched, I would still have Tszyu in the rematch, to be honest with you. But Fundora did what he had to do to win the fight, threw enough punches to win that fight. And I'm glad because the right guy won this fight. So Fundora is got 2 belts now, WBA, if I'm not mistaken. Just 2 of them, 2 of the 4. And so he can move forward, right? But it gets embarrassing after that. Terrence Crawford is being exiled. We're talking about Errol Spence came, right? And, I done told you before, Errol Spence is damaged goods right now, right? So to put him in the mix of him and Fundora just makes absolutely no sense, period. Just, we could talk about all this big fish stuff that people going to start talking about. And, he's a draw, and he's at PBC, and all that old ridiculous weirdo stuff. We're talking about just boxing. If somebody just got 2 belts up there, you got a guy that's trying to become a legend in Terrence Crawford that wants to get those 2 belts, and Maginov is over there with the other one, and the one's vacant. He's trying to become undisputed. Everybody else is trying to stop him from becoming undisputed. It's so simple as that. Errol Spence shouldn't be in the mix right now. He should be trying to figure out if he's going to be okay, fight a fight or 2, and then get back in the mix, if he's going to be back in the mix. Because Errol Spence, with his fighting style, he's going to be in trouble at 154. But let him go ahead. Whatever. If people gonna want Errol Spence to get a fight, Fundora or Tszyu shouldn't even want him right now. Until he does something after all the stuff he's been through, right? But okay, do what you're gonna do. Watch, I told you how the weirdness is gonna become. Like, hey, Errol Spence is at PBC and all that stuff, which we know Bunge is not at PBC, right? Where is he? Right? When Jamal Charlo was at PBC and all the other guys were at DAZN, right? Andre and them. When Andre win, DAZN talking about, hey, fight Jamal Charlo at PBC. All of that is ridiculous, right? It's not none of that. It's about who's the baddest dude out here. Does anybody want to become the very best guy at 154 pounds? And if Spence gets in the mix, all that's going to be delayed. Now, from Fundora's point of view, you're thinking, well, I got 2 belts. I'm at PBC. I owe them 1. If they want me to fight Spence, that's 2 paydays, because a lot of people are probably thinking, hey, when I fight Crawford, that's it with the paydays because I'm probably not going to win. You know what I mean? So, you're looking at it like that, which is not a bad idea from Fundora's point of view. But us as the boxing fans who want to see somebody trying to go for undisputed, it's going to be some shenanigans coming on the next weeks. And I told you. So just get ready for shenanigans. And try not to get involved in it, man, because these people are, some people are getting paid to say ridiculousness. Some people are just despicable and, stuff like that. And be worrying about the wrong stuff and forgetting that we're fans first. We ain't getting none of the money they talking about, None of that. We don't care, who somebody's fighting for, if it's Top Rank, if it's Golden Boy, if it's PBC, if it's Matchroom, and all that old ridiculousness. Who's trying to be the best? And here's the deal. Notice what I tell you. Who's ever trying to be the best, obviously, people don't like. Didn't I tell you something about that so-called sport? Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm about to hear y'all.